is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Tonight, the New York Yankees take their show on the road as they open up a 3-game thriller against the Los Angeles Angels. There's always an extra dose of drama and tension whenever the Bronx Bombers come into town. There will be fireworks at Angel Stadium. The heated rivalry continues. It's like the subway versus the freeway. Pick your poison. When East meets West, the New York Yankees and your Los Angeles Angels. A Father's Day weekend baseball extravaganza.
Well, after a 2-4 road trip, the Halos return home to kick off a 10-game homestand tonight. It's the first of 3 against the visiting New York Yankees. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A, and alongside my partner, Mark Gubazon, Victor Rojas. So glad you could join us for Angels baseball once again here on Fox Sports West. As we pointed out, the Angels picked up just 2 victories on this just completed road trip. Game 1 of the double dip on Saturday, and then the last game of the road trip on Wednesday, which obviously finished up with a very nice 7th inning in which the Angels came back from behind.
Yeah, Victor, early on, it didn't look like they were going to have much of a chance of winning that ball game. Jason Hamill was throwing the ball well. Then all of a sudden, the offense had better approaches as the game progressed. And we're going to take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind and look what happened there in that 7th inning as far as their approach at the plate. It started off with Alberto Callaspo, stayed back, level swing, got the job done. Then got a little bit of a break as Hank Conger hit the ball off of Schroep's glove, ended up being a base hit. But for me, the key the entire inning was the at-bat for Eric Ibar. Did not chase anything down, and then they tried to get him to swing at something down. Got a fastball elevated and drove it in the alley. 3-run triple, eventually scored on the wild throw. And then Albert Pujols, who continues to start to swing the bat well, even though he struggled with his leg there at that at-bat, hit that ball extremely hard out of the ballpark. So he's starting to hit the ball well. You got Trout Trumbo with great numbers against the Yankees in general. All this lineup coming together because the approach is quieter and smoother through the zone for the hitters.
Yeah, the Angels taking advantage of the off day yesterday. The Yankees had an 18-inning affair against the Oakland Athletics. Couple of lefties on the hill tonight. Pettit and C.J. Wilson. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Beautiful night for baseball here at the Big A. Angels kicking off that 10-game homestand. The New York Yankees in town for their only visit, a 3-game set. The Halos coming to this one with a 28-38 record. C.J. Wilson and the Angels now taking the field. And with that, we will take a look at Joe Girardi and his starting lineup for the New York Yankees. A much different ball club that we have seen in years past. And obviously a lot of injuries for the New York Yankees. But still, with that said, 37-29, 3 games back in the American League East, and in third place, they'll have Brett Gardner leading things off in center field. Jason Nix is the third baseman. Mark Teixeira back at first base after starting the season on the disabled list. Robinson Cano will serve as a DH tonight. Vernon Wells, the former Halo, is out in left field. Thomas Neal is out at right field. David Adams at second base. Reed Brignac, the former Tampa Bay Rays, the shortstop. And Austin Romine, pardon me, is batting ninth and doing the catching as they take on C.J. Wilson. Comes into tonight's ballgame with a 4-5 mark and a 4.02 ERA.
Has struggled his last 3 starts, but had a good bullpen session in between starts here to work as far as commanding his fastball. 1-3 in his career versus the Yankees, but that was including as a reliever. 1-1 as a starter with an ERA 3.57. He's had a lot of success against a number of hitters on this Yankee lineup. The only one that had any success at all, Robinson Cano with 348 against CJ.
Defensively for the Angels, behind C.J. Wilson, it's Mike Trout in left field, Peter Borges in center, Josh Hamilton is in right. The infield consists of Alberto Callasco, Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, and Mark Trumbo around from third to first, and Chris Inett is behind the plate.
And Howie Kendrick at second base has made some great plays of late. First 25 games, 5 errors. Last 41, just 3 errors, has turned 33 double plays. And with CJ on the hill, expect a lot of ground ball action for Howie and the rest of the infield.
Halos, as we pointed out, coming off a 2-4 road trip, a win to start the road trip and a win to finish the road trip. The day off yesterday, but the Yankees were planning on getting to Southern California early yesterday, but they played 18 innings against the Oakland Athletics. So Oakland now played a 19-inning affair and an 18-inning affair this season. The Yankees making some moves today, and we'll tell you about those throughout the game, but most notably the Kevin Youkilis to the disabled list move. Lumbar strain for Kevin. Brett Gardner ready to lead things off. The Yankees out on the road this year at 18-16 mark. I mentioned their 37-29 record. They've struggled offensively, but pitching-wise, they've been very good, both starters and their bullpen. CJ's first one tonight is in there for a strike. Gardner hitting .284, 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. He's been the one constant, especially of late for the New York Yankees. .351 batting average since May 24th as he bounces this one over to Trumbo. One big hop, and there is the first out of the ball game. We'll check out our Hyundai key to the game before Jason Nix steps to the plate.
For me, we talked about the momentum of that 7th inning in Baltimore. For me, though, the key is the way that C.J. Wilson keeps that momentum going on the mound, continues to throw strikes, works down, and get ground ball outs. If he's able to do that, that's how you keep momentum. Your starting pitcher sets the tone.
C.J.'s coming up back-to-back losses to Houston and at Boston. He pitched game 2 of that day-night doubleheader at Fenway Park on Saturday. Went 5 innings in that one, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 8 hits. The first one to Nix is upstairs. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Nix hitting .249 with a home run and 17 runs batted in. See Nix bounce around the infield the last couple of years. Guy that could play multiple positions. TJ giving up some early runs in that game against the Red Sox at Fenway. Halos offense and able to figure things out against Clay Buchholz in that start as this one's fouled off to the right.
Important thing for CJ is just trust his fastball both inside and out. Keep it down. Utilize that infield defense for the Angels with a lot of ground ball outs.
Swing and a miss. Good fastball away. 1-2.
So far, consistency at 92. what you're looking for from CJ. Occasional go four-seam fastball upstairs, 94, but 90-92, and keep it downstairs.
This one in the air to left field. Playable for Mike Trout. Moves over to his left. 2 outs. Today's game is a home run challenge game. Every home run hit will raise $12,000 for prostate cancer research. You can make a pledge at homeRunChallenge.org. So far through 3 days, 67 home runs have been hit, raising $800,000 for prostate cancer research. 2 up and 2 down here in the first inning. Mark Teixeira steps to the plate. First one on the way. It's downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. CJ looking down at that landing area.
Teixeira hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching so far this year at 313. 5 for 16 for him.
Just playing in his 14th game this year. Taps this one foul. Mentioned that he started the season on the disabled list. Hurt himself working out on a tee for Team USA during the World Baseball Classic. His 53 games with that wrist injury. 163 average, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in so far this year. That one's down low. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. The Yankees team that is 13th in average, 9th in home runs, 11th in runs scored. That pitch sails up and away, 3-1 now.
Didn't follow through on that fastball from CJ. Overthrew it. Back was straight up. The follow through over the front leg to hit your spot.
Three balls and a strike with 2 outs. It's a little breaking ball that is in there. Full count now. Robinson Cano, serving as a DH tonight, is on deck. (3-2), and he lost him. So a 2-out base runner. This one via the walk. Puts a man on for Robinson Cano. Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome you to our broadcast. We thank you, as always, for your service. So a man on board with 2 outs here, and Cano at the plate. Takes up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. 282 average for Cano, 16 home runs, 42 RBIs. And once again, the captain of the American League team for the Home Run Derby. Is that something you could take to arbitration or free agency?
I'm not so sure it's going to help you a whole lot.
No. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice catch by a fan up there with the glove in the front row. Saw a bunch of defensive gems in Baltimore.
Boy, that game, the defense from both sides was fantastic.
Cano yesterday 3 for 6 with a couple of doubles. That loss to the Athletics. Foul tips this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Key for CJ, as always, is limiting the pitches thrown in an inning so that pitch count does not rise quickly. From a 2-out walk to Teixeira. Now the 1-2 to Cano is down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Tried to drop down with a fastball. Cano with good numbers against CJ. Mentioned earlier, 348. 8 for 23 in his career versus CJ Wilson. But he has struggled this year against left-handed pitching. It's 214 for Cano so far this year.
Yeah, he's the one guy. Maybe Kevin Euclid's 3 for 9 in his career with good numbers against CJ. This one slowly hit towards second. How he's got it, he'll flip it on to Ibar. They force out to share the inning. Comes to an end. Led to the bottom of the first. Trout, Hamilton, and Pools to face Andy Pettit with no score when we return. via the walk, and that is all. As we take a look at Mike Socia starting 9 for the Angels tonight at 28-38, fourth place in the American League West. 12 games back in the division, leading Oakland Athletics. Mike Trout will lead things off in left field. Josh Hamilton is in right. Albert Pujols will serve as DH. Mark Trumbo at first base. Howie Kendrick at second. Alberto Callasco at third. Chris Iannetta is doing the catching. Eric Ibar the shortstop, and Peter Bourjos rounds out that starting 9. He will play center field as they take on the 41-year-old left-hander, the veteran himself, Andy Pettitte.
250 career wins for Andy Pettitte. Fastball not overpowering anymore. 87 to 91 range is a good cut fastball, curveball, and changeup.
Mike Trout steps in, and he will promptly look at strike one. Trout hitting .297, 12 home runs and 42 runs batted in after going 0 for 5 in Wednesday afternoon's game in Baltimore. That's a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 20 doubles, and 6 triples on the year for Mike. He homered at back-to-back games Monday and Tuesday. The only 2 hits in the series for him.
Andy Pettitte 14-11 in his career versus the Angels, but only 2-5 in his last 7 decisions, with an ERA almost at 6 at 5.83.
Yeah, get Trout backing out. It's a long road trip for New York, starting in Seattle, then Oakland, and now here. Second longest of the year. Pettitte won his last time out in Seattle. 7 1/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, and 2 pitches in, Austin Romine and Andy Pettitte talk things over.
Think about it. Mike Trout is 3 years old when Andy Pettitte broke into the major leagues. Has been very successful. Winning percentage at .633.
1-1 on the way. This one sharply hit back up the middle. That's a base hit. Leadoff man is on board for the Angels.
But now this gets interesting now with Trout with his speed and Andy Pettitte, one of the best moves in all of baseball.
Check out the defense for the Yankees. Behind Pettitte, you've got Wells, Gardner, and Neal in the outfield from left to right. The infield has Nix, Brignac, Adams, and Teixeira from third to first. Romine behind the plate.
And Mark Teixeira over at first base has helped this defense so well for New York. Second ranked in the American League, has won the Gold Glove 5 of the last 8 seasons at first base.
Hamilton takes downstairs. Hey, you mentioned the defense. Just 25 errors for the Yankees this year, this being their 67th game. And not at full strength.
And that's the thing. It's amazing how many different players they put at different positions this year, yet they're still making the plays defensively.
Vernon Wells has made an appearance at third base this year for the Yankees. Hamilton a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Evens the count up at 1-1. Josh hitting .217, 9 home runs, 21 runs batted in. 1 for 4 game on Wednesday, including a sac fly. Trout over at first having to deal with that sunshine as well. This one slow roller to the right side. Adams fields it, fires the second for 1. They get the lead runner. Nice play by Adams to get Trout for the first out.
Especially dealing with that little bit of sunlight hitting his eye, yet still gathered himself to a nice throw to second base to keep the speedy Mike Trout at a scoring position by getting that forced play at second. You know how good that move that Andy Pettitte has. 102 career pickoff moves.
So Albert steps up with 1 out and Hamilton over at first. Albert looks at 1 downstairs. Pujols hitting .249, 11 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Ended up with a 3-hit game on Wednesday. 3 for 5 with a single, a double, and a home run. Fouls this one back.
Pretty good hack at that pitch from Pettitte.
Pujols with 14 doubles, no triples. to maybe tweak something on his right leg in that 7th inning at bat, which resulted in a home run eventually. This one line to left, a base hit. It's not bothering him. He's 3 for 3 since we saw that little tweak.
That's some great sound off the bat for Pujols. What he did against Andy Pettitte there was he was anticipating that cut fastball coming inside. He already had opened up his hips to be able to get the bat head out quicker in a line drive into left field. That's what you have to do against a pitcher that has such a good cut fastball. Already get the hips open up, be able to get the good part of the bat on the baseball before it cuts in and gets to that handle of the bat.
So 2 on, 1 out for Mark Trumbo. As soon as it misses on the slow breaking ball. Trumbo had much of the game off on Wednesday. Did bad in the 9th inning as he came in as a defensive replacement. Went 0 for 1. 263 average, 15 home runs, 44 runs batted in. Fouls this one back.
Boy, a 76-mile-an-hour pitch to first pitch, then a hard cut fastball in on the hands. There's a reason why Andy Pettitte has won all these games. He knows how to pitch both sides of the plate so well. Not overpowering anymore, but he spots the fastball well enough to make sure that you have to be aware of that pitch.
0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. 2 down. So it'll be up to Howie Kendrick with 2 on, 2 outs now. Howie's in the top 10 as far as batting average is concerned. 324 average, 8 home runs, 33 RBIs. 364 on base percentage. Swings at the first one, lofts one down the right field line. Moving over is Neal and runs out of room. No 1 count.
Howie, great numbers in his career versus Yankee pitching. 339 career hitter, though he has struggled against Andy Pettitte.
This one shot into the alley in right center field. Neal's not going to get there. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Hamilton is in. Pujols chugging towards third. He'll be stopped right there. 1-0 Angels on the RBI double by Howie Kendrick.
A nice approach once again from Howie. Going the other way. Such a quiet approach he has at the plate. And able to try the ball that well in the alley in right center field. It's 11th double. Just smooth through the baseball for Howie Kendrick. Pitch that's elevated, yet he's able to keep his hands back and still have that approach that's so successful for Kendrick.
So second and third, 2 outs, 1-0 Halos here in the first. And here's Alberto Callaspo. First one on the way, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Callaspo's struggles continue. Ended up having a 1 for 5 game the other day. He started off that rally that they single up the middle in the 7th inning. Shoots this one to second base. Adams has it. And the inning comes to an end, but the Angels do strike for a run on 3 hits. Leave a couple of men on. 1 complete here at the Big A, 1-0 Angels. We've learned making tires that go the distance inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Top of the second here at the Big A, Vernon Wells, Thomas Neal, and David Adams, a scheduled 3 for the Yankees. The Angels up by the score of 1-0. Great crowd on hand on this Friday night. Glad you've tuned us in. I think the Angels can keep what they started in that 7th inning against Baltimore going and try to pick up some W's on this homestand. Vernon swings the first one and hits one out toward left center field. Mike Trout is moving back. Makes the catch as he steps onto the warning track. 1 pitch and 1 out as Thomas Neal will step to the plate. Take a look at our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series with the Yankees in town. All-time best Yankees nickname, the Yankee Clipper, the Iron Horse, or the Babe. Hashtags are below. Send us your tweet to @FoxSportsWest, and we'll give you a running total a little bit later on.
Don't think about the Yankees. They've had a number of tremendous nicknames. It was difficult to be able to pare that down.
M&M boys.
Mr. October, the captain.
Thomas Neal takes one outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
The Mick.
First game this year for Thomas Neal. Poway High School, Riverside Community College. 36th round pick by the San Francisco Giants in 05. Good numbers at AAA. 339 down there. A couple of home runs, 24 runs batted in, has 12 doubles, 4 stolen bases. Called up today for Kevin Youkilis. This one bounced right back to the mound. CJ will flip it on to first. 2 outs. Good to see that glove being used, not the bare hand.
Something CJ has worked on. Doing a much better job fielding his position. He's already got 3 ground ball outs in this game so far. Good sign for CJ.
So 2 outs, nobody on for David Adams, the second baseman. .217 average for Adams. His first one misses way upstairs for ball 1. Adams 0 for his last 12. 3 doubles, a couple of home runs, and 5 RBIs. As we mentioned, getting to start today, second base with Robinson Cano getting to start at DH.
Watch a number of those innings yesterday with the Oakland Yankee 18-inning affair. Jesse Chavez did a great job out of the bullpen for Oakland. What do you go, 5 2/3 shutout inning against the Yankees? Joe Girardi's going to mix it and match it with his lineup of late, trying to get some of his veterans back.
Just a little tap of foul. And count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ichiro's not in the lineup today. Also doesn't have very good numbers against C.J. Wilson in his career. Curtis Granderson still on the disabled list. Derek Jeter just cleared for baseball activities. Alex Rodriguez working out in Tampa.
Look, he's averaging 3.9 runs per game. Fewest since 1990 for the Yankees. They're so used to them scoring runs at will.
And mashing. Long ball.
Walk, home run. Patience at the plate, jumping on a mistake.
Long look in. 1-2 again. It's down and away. Mentioned that game yesterday. Middle part of the order, 4 through 7 hitters. Teixeira, Hafner, Youkilis, and Wells combined for 0 for 28 with 12 strikeouts. There's a called strike 3 on a fastball right down Broadway. It's a 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Wilson. We'll head to the bottom of the second. The Angels still up. On Fox, game 2 of this 3-game set. The match right-handers David Phelps going up against Tommy Hansen. Baseball Night in America begins tomorrow at 4 Pacific, only on Fox. Tommy Hansen picked up one of the wins on that last road trip, game 1 of that doubleheader.
He threw quite a few pitches, but I really like what he did with his off-speed pitches. His slider and curveball command was outstanding for him.
This one lined towards center field. Gardner got a good jump on it, reaches up at the last minute, makes the catch for the first out. Well struck by Iannetta, well played by Brett Gardner, one out.
Gardner plays a pretty deep center field. You've seen him play left field over the years for the Yankees with Granderson in that position. Went back and made a nice play on that ball that was hit very well by Iannetta.
One out, nobody on for Eric Ibar. 263 average with a home run and 17 RBIs. Pettit delivers a strike.
Ibar, 385 career hitter against Pettit. 10 for 26.
Pulls this one over to third. Nix has it. He was playing in. 2 outs. Halo's getting 3 hits and 1 run in that first inning against Pettit.
Especially important to score some early runs against the Yankees, considering how tough of a game they had yesterday. Howie with the big double right center field with 2 outs. Scoring Hamilton.
Peter Borges takes a breaking ball downstairs. Borges came on as a defensive replacement Wednesday, did not get to start. Did get an at-bat. Ended up going 0 for 1 with a punch out. A couple of hits in the series. Evens a count at 1-1. Peter hitting .308. 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, and 8 runs batted in. Nix playing in, as is Teixeira at first base. 1-0 Angels here in the second.
One thing about Andy Pettit, when there's no one on base, he is extremely quick as far as getting the sign, doesn't walk around, waste any motion at all on the mound.
Even in that first inning with guys on base, it seemed like he wanted to keep the tempo going and upbeat.
Hey, remember in the past when he got in the stretch position, he would slow the game down.
Bouncer right back to the mound. The lefty steps and fires to first. A 1-2-3 inning for Pettit as he returns the favor. 2 complete here in Southern California. 1-0 Halos. against C.J. Wilson here in this inning.
Then coming up later in the game, we'll have the Carlos Jr. Sports Update. We'll fill you in on who has to turn it around in New York. An unsung hero in O-Town. Pitching matchup in New York with the Chicago Cubs. Edwin Jackson, Sean Marker, combined 2-15 record. Somebody had to win, don't you think?
Well, yeah.
I'll fill you in a little later on.
I can't wait. It's either that or no decisions.
At that point, when you're 0-7 and 2-8, that's a win. Sometimes when you get a no decision.
Reed Brignac, shortstop, steps in, takes a big rip, comes up empty, and it's an 0-1 count. 11 games with the Yankees. He's ended up working a deal with the Rockies back in May. Just 133 with one double in those 11 games. Brignac fouls this one back, and it's an 0-2 count.
Well, he was supposed to be that shortstop for the Rays. I just figured he had that good glove for him at short. Could have hit enough, but able to stick around.
Tardy on the fastball. Cal remains at 0-2. He was at 250 with the Rockies. Spent the majority of the season last year at AAA in the Rays system.
What do you think right now? CJ would throw a breaking ball here.
1-2.
And that's the one thing with Brignac. He's always had a tough time, especially against a left-handed pitcher, be able to stay back on a breaking pitch.
This one pulled foul. Cal remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mentioned the Yankees came in batting .242 on the season. .242 against lefties, .242 against righties. This one pulled over to first, backhanded by Trumbo. CJ's covering, and he missed the bag. Nice play by Trumbo, but unable to record the out as C.J. Wilson.
I think Mark was a little bit too quick with his throw over to C.J. Led him a little bit too far. Great play. He had time as C.J. was making his way towards first, but short of the base. Although his heel might have got the back of the base. But a great play as far as range for Mark Trumbo. Well, anytime when you go back to the base, the umpire is definitely going to assume you missed it in both directions, and it's going to end up being called safe. You're almost better off just trying to sell to go around and throw the ball around the infield.
Yeah, CJ gets charged with the error. Austin Romine looks at a strike. Romine bounces this one too short. Ibar to Kendrick for one. Wheeler on the first double play. 2 down.
Well, as the norm is for CJ, when he's pitching well, he's getting ground balls and he's getting those double plays. He's able to get a double play here. Play by Ibar. Great feed to Howie Kennick. Quick turn. 6-4-3 double play. Well done by the middle infielders.
So 2 outs, bases clear now for Brett Gardner, the leadoff man. Bounced out to Trumbo in the first inning.
Gardner's done a nice job against left-handed pitching this year, coming into this game. 296. More of a contact guy with his swing. Very good as far as hitting the ball the other way against a lefty.
Looks at a fastball for a strike. Guy that we've always seen down at the bottom third of the order for the Yankees. Jeter's healthy. He's been that leadoff man. Asking Kenny Singleton, longtime big leaguer, does the color on the television broadcast for the Yankees about when Derek does come back. Do you put Gardner back in the bottom third of the order? Do you keep Gardner in that leadoff spot? His personal opinion is, why not keep Gardner there? Derek's not the guy that he once was. And
he'd be a perfect number 2 hitter in the lineup, yeah. Jeter, at this point.
Gardner's done a nice job in that leadoff role.
All of a sudden, that number 2 spot in the line has become the big thing in baseball. Like, used to be a situational type hitter. Now they're putting a lot of the better hitters in that position in a lineup.
Check swing foul. Ball and 2 strikes.
For the longest time, that number 2 hitter was a guy who would have to sacrifice some of his at-bats. Bunting,
right,
hitting in runs instead of being in a situation where you get a good fastball. You're chasing sometimes pitches out of the zone to make contact when hit and runs are put on.
1-2 on the way. Check swing of the breaking ball. Did not go. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gardner, good bunter, good base stealer. Good chunk of the season missed last year for Gardner. Right elbow strain. Just 16 big league games. 259 the previous year. This was fouled back. 2-2 still. Third round pick by the Yankees in 2005. Halos with a run in the first inning off Andy Pettitte on 3 hits. Lead at 1-0 here in the 3rd inning. 2-2 on the way. Breaking pitch.
Well, now just go fastball away against Gardner. He may get a hit that way, but you don't want to put the situation where you walk Gardner because he's going to be going right away early in the count. So make him swing his way on the base if you're CJ right now.
Fastball up. This one line to left. Trout backs up a couple of steps. That's a 1-2-3. Well, almost a 1-2-3. He faced a minimum 3 with that double play ball. Bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order coming up with the Angels up 1-0. Nothing. Mike Trout to lead things off against Andy Pettitte. First one's a slow breaking pitch that is in for a strike. Mike 1 for 1 with a base hit up the middle.
Look at our Chevrolet most runs scored ever by AL rookie Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, Mike Trout. That's some pretty good company to be in with.
Started off slowly, but got back into the swing of things. 1-1 pitch. It's fouled straight back. 1-2.
You think about all those comparisons last year from Mike Trout, the names. Look at DiMaggio, Williams, Ricky Henderson, all the greats. That leadoff position now back in the leadoff position for Mike Scioscia here.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Trout, Hamilton, and Pujols. It's Pettit here to third. 1 strikeout, no walks. 3 hits allowed, all 3 coming in the first inning. Pettit had himself a 1-2-3 second inning. Lays off. Full count.
One thing that Pettit has done as his career has progressed, a lot more changeups. That's a pretty good changeup he throws now. It didn't miss by a lot off the corner.
There's the payoff. This one sharply hit towards second. Diving stop by Adams. Gets up, throws to first, and he got him. Nice play by the second baseman, David Adams. 1 out.
Well, that baseball was hit so hard, barely any time to react for Adams. He's in good position to make this play, but this ball was scolded. Dives into the outfield grass, has to get up quickly, get a handle of the baseball, and throw to Teixeira, who stretched and barely kept his foot on the base. If he did keep his foot on the base.
Yeah. 1 ball, no strikes on Hamilton. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored the 1 run in the first. Now Kendrick picking up an RBI double with 2 outs. 34th RBI for Howie. Hamilton's 0 for 1. Breaking pitch in the air to right field. This one will chase Neal back. Backpedaling onto the warning track. 2 outs.
It's way gone in New York. Had a pretty good swing at that hanging breaking ball from Pettit. Lefties haven't really hit Pettit all that well throughout his career, but Hamilton coming in the game 300, 3 for 10 with a home run and 2 RBI. Almost got his second home run there.
That's 6 in a row retired by Pettit since that double by Kendrick. Albert 1 for 1 with a base hit to left. Looks at a strike.
Starting to drive the ball again, and productive at bats for Pujols.
Nick's guarding the line over third base, deep.
It is an odd formation of the infield for Joe Girardi. Adams almost right behind second base, but that shortstop position, a lot of opening there for Pujols.
Brignac playing in that shortstop hole between third and short. Adams shading him toward the middle. Teixeira off the line at first. 2 outs here in the third inning. 0-2 on the way. Lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pujols did a real nice job against Pettit at first at bat, tucking his hand in and getting the bat head out on that cutter in.
Fouled off. One, 2 again. This one fouled back over the screen. A beautiful night for baseball here at the Big A. The crowd still filing in.
Slightly different weather than we had in Boston and Baltimore.
Yeah. No threat of rain. 3 against the Yankees, 4 against Seattle, then 3 against the Pittsburgh Pirates next weekend.
Looking forward to seeing that Pirate club. Jason Grilli, another save today as the Pirates beat the Dodgers in Pittsburgh.
A shutout by Pittsburgh. 2-2 now. Texas was shut out by Toronto 8-0 in Arlington. Kansas City playing good baseball up 7. They defeated Tampa Bay 7-2.
Yeah, they were behind in the game 2-0 late. A late rally again for the Royals.
Tigers shut out the Twins 4-0. 2-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Another 1-2-3 inning for Pettit. Second strikeout for him. 3 complete here at the Big A. 1-0 Angels. Pettit, he has been solid since then. TJ Wilson so far has been very good. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. I hear the 4th inning against New York. He'll face Nix to Sharon Cano. It's 2-3 and 4 tonight. Jason Nix getting to start over at third base. Fly ball to left, his first time up. Good splits for him against lefties. 0-1 count. Nix hit a fly ball to left field in the first inning. 0 for 1.
Remember Nick's having some pretty good at-bats against Joe Saunders when he was a member of the Angels. He always looked for something on the inner half of the plate to turn on.
Oh, 2 now.
That's a good miss for CJ. You want to throw a fastball away. You want to be just off the plate, keep it down. Now, if you're Knicks, you have to look away, and that's when CJ can throw that hard slider down and in and get him out.
Bouncer foul. Wide of the bag at third. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A great view. Goodyear blimp, sun setting.
And just like that, it's gone. It's set. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's the control we have here.
You are incredible. You are the man behind the curtain.
As a matter of fact, we have the curtain up here.
We do have the curtain. 2-2 on the way to Knicks. Slow roller to short. Ivar's got it.
What about a jam shot? But here's tonight's Coors Light Cold Hard Fact. Mike Scioscia's club since 2000, 62-55 record against the Yankees. The only AL team with a winning record against the Yankees, and won 2 of 3 playoff series also against the Yanks over the year. From Girardi to Joe Torre. Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Marcheshare swings the first one, bounces it foul. 0-1 count. Teixeira drew a walk in his first plate appearance. No official at bat for him. This one is a fair ball. 2-hopper over to Alberto Callaspo. 2 outs. Fans, the Halos take on the Yankees tomorrow at 4:15. Fans in attendance will receive a drawstring backpack courtesy of Nitto Tires while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com. 2 up and 2 down for C.J. Wilson here in the 4th inning. And Robinson Cano will step to the plate.
7 outs so far via the ground ball for C.J.
Cano hit into a fielder's choice that ended the 1st inning. And he is 0 for 1. As always, the Yankees travel well. A lot of Yankee fans in attendance here. Not just here, in every ballpark. CJ dropped down there to just miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seems like the dugouts get pretty packed with media members.
I would imagine if you're a media member from back east, you're going to Southern California over a weekend. I'll volunteer.
Yeah, okay. I'll take one for the team.
I will suck it up and go out there.
Yes.
2 balls and a strike. Especially with all the rain back east, too.
A lot of rain.
2-1 to Cano. Swing and a miss. Challenging. 2-2.
Great life on the fastball from CJ.
Kia standings, the American League East mentioned the Yankees. To start of the day, 3 games back. Boston was shut out by the Orioles 2-0. So the Orioles now a game and a half back of the Red Sox.
Baltimore starting to play very good baseball themselves.
Bouncer down the line. That's a fair ball with Callaspo off the line. Cano took what was given to him and picks up the Yankees' first hit of the night. It comes with 2 outs here in the 4th.
He had stayed with the pitch. Fastball away. Hit right by Callaspo's spot at third base. Well, Cano does a great job as far as shifting his weight forward as the baseball is delivered.
So Vernon Wells will step up with 2 outs and a man at first. 1-0 Angels here in the 4th inning.
Vernon jumped on the first pitch against CJ.
Yes, he did. Got off to an incredible start for the Yankees. 301 average, 10 home runs, 23 RBIs. Last 25 games, a little bit different story. The fly ball to the warning track at left field in the 2nd inning. 1-0. Good play from Vernon early on. Lyle Overbay. Travis Hafner's had some big hits for them. This one's looped down the right field line. That is a fair ball. Cano is on his way to 3rd. And he will be stopped right there as Hamilton gets the baseball back in.
Well, that's just the 8th hit in his last 75 at bats for Vernon Wells. He's well placed in the right field. Good job by Josh Hamilton getting into that baseball quickly and keeping a forced play at second base in order.
So 2 outs, back-to-back hits for the Yankees. That'll bring up Thomas Neal, the right fielder. Neal hit a bouncer right back to Wilson in the 2nd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Getting the start tonight at right field. Looks at the strike. Down and away. Neal has seen time in the big leagues with Cleveland prior to this year. Played 9 games last year.
217 for them.
Pretty good spot here from CJ. Catching the lower part of the strike zone according to our Fox tracks.
One and two. Robinson Cano standing at third base. Vernon Wells at first. The Angels up 1-0. Checking on Vernon at first. 63 pitches thrown by Wilson. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and now the back-to-back hits with 2 outs here in the fourth.
Good ratio as far as balls to strikes for CJ in this game so far.
Wanted an appeal, he did not go. That's Tony Randazzo at first base. 2-2 now.
Well, with 2 outs, CJ just has to concentrate on Neal at this point.
Two outside. Now it doesn't matter because Wells is going to be off the pitch. Full count now. And again, another walk off the mound. And taking his time getting ready. David Adams, the second baseman's on deck. Wells takes off. It's a 3-2 and he walked it. So now they're loaded out for Adams.
The last time David Adams came up against CJ, we're going to take a look at our head and shoulders. The whiff. CJ did a nice job as far as following through his mechanics and snapped off a real good breaking pitch to get Adams looking for the 3rd out of the 2nd inning. And looking to do the same here against Adams again here to finish off the 4th.
Mike Butcher out to pay a visit. 21 pitches thrown by Wilson here in this 4th inning. Cano, a good approach. 2 out base hit. Also came with 2 strikes down the third base line. And then Wells hit one off the end of the bat to put runners at the corners. But CJ was just never looked comfortable in that plate appearance by Neal, which resulted in a walk.
Yeah, there's certain points of the game for a starting pitcher where you have to navigate your way through a potential big inning. And I think this is the inning here for CJ and the Angels. Gets 2 quick outs, 2 ground ball outs. And Cano, you mentioned that base hit on the left field line, and before you know it, it's bases loaded here.
Adams struck out looking. 0 for 1. Bases full of Yankees. With 2 outs here in the 4th. He went around with a breaking ball. 0-1 count. Robinson Cano at third. Vernon Wells at second, and Neal over at first. Good speed on the bases for New York. Florida native, went to the University of Virginia. 3rd round pick by the Yankees. 2008. 0-1. That's down and in. One ball, 1 strike. Yankees this year, 246 team batting average with men in scoring position, 196 with the bases loaded. Never understood that move.
Usually, I believe when you do a move like that, you're not real comfortable with the pitch selection.
Step off. You could trip, and it's a balk.
Exactly.
Cost your run. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
And another thing that happens when you do that, as a hitter, when you see a pitcher do a move like that, that tells you that the pitcher's not real confident on the mound at that point. And as a hitter, that allows you to track an area to be able to be successful at the plate.
I was just going to say that. It seems as if he's more worried about how big a lead Vernon Wells is getting at second base than dealing with David Adams at the plate. 2-1. Adams shoots one back up the middle. There's a base hit. It'll bring home 2 runs, and the Yankees are up 2-1. Again, the 2-out inning comes back to haunt the Angels. Adams delivers with his 6th and 7th runs batted in.
Again, the bottom line is, as a hitter, it's such a difficult task to hit a baseball. But when you feel more confident at the plate, your chances of being successful at the plate increase when you sense that the pitcher's not confident.
And it goes back really to the walk to Thomas Neal. Reed Brignac, the shortstop, takes outside. Brignac 0 for 1. Reached on the error by CJ. And now it's 2-0. Took CJ 8 pitches to get the first 2 outs in this inning. Nixon to share with groundouts. 18 pitches, 19 pitches since then. Unable to get that 3rd out. Here's the 2-0. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Now can't find the strike zone.
Well, like we just mentioned, there's points in the game as a starting pitcher. You have to try to get your way through it. Now all of a sudden, you're putting yourself in a situation where the walk here, you're going to load the bases once again.
To guys that you should not be walking. There's a strike, 3-1.
Yeah, you should think in terms of being aggressive. That's the only really way to pitch anyhow is think in terms of that guy is not going to get a base hit against me anyhow. If I'm aggressive, I'm going to get him out. It's a very difficult thing to hit a baseball. So you have to have that mindset as a pitcher.
Brignac pops this one up. Neto will give it a look, and it's in the seats. Full count now. Now both base runners will have the running start. Neal from second and Adams from first. 30 pitches here in the 4th inning. I'm just talking about conserving pitches. Two to 1, Yankees on top. Scored twice so far here in the 4th inning with 2 outs. Here's the payoff. It's fouled back.
Well, Brignac had a pretty good swing at that fastball, but you have to challenge if you're CJ.
Runners take off again. 3-2, and he walked him. So they're loaded up again. Austin Romine will be the batter with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Third
Force
walk of the game, second of the inning.
Mike Butcher to call down the bullpen now.
Romine rolled into a double play in the third inning. Oh for 1. Swings the first one, grounds one to short. They go the short way and they force out Brignac at second base. But the Yankees take the lead with a couple of runs. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. New York leads at 2-1. It'll be Trumbo, Kendrick, and Cayaspo coming up against Andy Pettit.
Let's take a look at our lows. Never stop improving. Mark Trumbo, outstanding numbers against the Yankees. .359 batting average, 7 home runs in 17 games, and 6 of those big flies have been in the last 7 games versus the Yankees for Mark Trumbo.
Trumbo takes down and away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Mark struck out in the first inning. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Pettit. 0 for 1. He's ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Pettit with no walks, 3 hits allowed, all 3 hits coming in the first inning. This one lined into center field, and the Angels get their leadoff man on board. 4th hit of the night. Snaps a string of 7 straight retired by Pettit. It's a double by Kendrick. Fans on Tuesday, the Halos take on the Mariners at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive a Mike Trout fish hat courtesy of freecreditscore.com while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com. Or by visiting the Angel Stadium ticket office.
Can't wait. I'm counting down the minutes. That hat giveaway.
Minutes, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Should we wear them in the open?
There's no question.
First one to Howie is up and away. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Kendrick is 1 for 1 with an RBI double in the first inning.
You talk about a consistent swing. Since May 14th, a 400 batting average. The majority of those hits up the middle, the other way for Howie.
Paints the inside corner to even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the one thing you always have to keep an eye on, if you're Andy Pettit's most effective as far as his pickoffs on guys that aren't necessarily base stealers. So Mark Trumbo's got to pay attention to Pettit. He kind of lulls you into not thinking you're paying attention. Then he has that quick move to first.
Leadoff single for Trumbo. 1-1. A little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yankees sending 8 men to the plate in the 4th inning against C.J. Wilson, 6 of which came up with 2 outs. Now the 2-1. This one's fouled off to the right. Howie lines one to right field, a base hit. Neal over to cut it off on 1 bounce. Trumbo advances to second. So back-to-back hits for the Angels here in the 4th.
Talk about a perfect technique at the plate. Howie Kendrick has got that on a roll now. We're just smooth through the baseball for him. Just stays back so well. His balance is good. His hands deep in the zone and lets the baseball travel. Then inside out, base hit the right field for Howie. Mike Scioscia would put a bunt on now with Callaspo to advance 2 base runners here. Iannetta had a good swing his last at bat. Brett Gardner ran down a deep fly to center field.
Especially with the struggles that Callaspo's had of late. 0 for 1 tonight. Shows bunt. And drops one down back toward the mound. Pettit thought about going to third, but takes the easy out. Trumbo advances to third and Kendrick to second.
Well done by Callaspo. Now, if you're Chris Iannetta right now, look for that cut fastball, and more than likely, because Pettit, such a smart pitcher, is going to try to jam him with a pitch. So anticipate something on the inner half and get the bat head out if you're Chris Iannetta.
Infield back. Teixeira is playing just about even with the bag at first as he drives one out toward left field. It's going to be deep enough. Trumbo tagging at third base. Vernon Wells makes the catch. And we are tied up at 2. Chris Iannetta picks up his 21st RBI on the sacrifice fly.
Well done by Iannetta, anticipating something on the inner half. Got the bat head out, sac fly on the breaking ball. Situational hitting. Well done overall by the offense. Base hit by Trumbo, base hit by Howie. A bunt by Callaspo advanced both base runners. And then Iannetta getting the job done.
Eric Ibar steps up with 2 outs and a man at second. Eric grounded out to third his first time up. Takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Chases the breaking ball. Evens the count up at 1-1.
A couple good at bats in this game so far for Iannetta. Nice job as far as executing the sac bunt by Callaspo.
Two-one pitch. Upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike now.
As far as outfield arms, he will be aggressive, especially with 2 outs against all 3 outfielders. Vernon with a good throw yesterday's game against the Oakland A's at the plate. Done down a would-be go-ahead run at that point. Strong throwing arm for Vernon when he charges the baseball well. Otherwise, he will be aggressive, Dino, against him.
Peter Borges on deck. 1 run in for the Angels here in the 4th inning to tie things up. Back-to-back hits by Trumbo and Kendrick to start off the frame. Sack bunt by Callaspo. Sack fly by Iannetta. 3-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Went upstairs with a fastball. Full count now.
Well, we talked about the patience at the plate, not swinging the pitcher's pitches. That pitch was out of the strike zone for Ibar. You have to give what the pitcher's going to give you. If that's going to be ball 4, allow Borges to come up with first and second.
Just 5 walks on the year for Eric.
So it looks like Pettit would have 2 options: go back upstairs with a fastball or throw a breaking ball down and in against Ibar.
Payoff pitch. This one on a 1 bounce to second baseman Adams. The inning comes to an end, but the Angels do tie it up. They get a run on a couple of hits. Leave a man on. 4 in the books. We are knotted at 2. Availability at 1-800-PICK-ATT. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax. Start here. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Aerial coverage for tonight's game is being provided by Goodyear. Everything we've learned making tires that go the distance inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Top of the 5th inning here at beautiful Big A. Tied at 2. Top of the order coming up for the Yankees: Gardner, Nixon, Teixeira. C.J. Wilson needing to bounce back after a 4th inning that kind of blew up on him. Now it's 78 pitches. Gardner takes the breaking ball down and away. Brett Gardner, the center fielder and leadoff man, 0 for 2. A ground ball to first and a fly ball to left. Three walks, 1 strikeout for C.J. Strike there. Two runs, 3 hits, 4 left on for the Yankees. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. 3 left on for the Halos. Foul back.
Important guy for CJ to keep off the bases for New York here. Head of the count, finish him off with a breaking pitch.
This one lined over the head of Eric Ibar to left field. Trout over to cut it off. Bobbles it for a second, but gets it back in, and Gardner stops at first with leadoff single. Let's go back to our Hyundai key to the game, Gooby.
About the momentum, how you can keep as a team, the way you have to, as a starting pitcher, you have to show the way as far as keeping that momentum going, putting some zeros up early. Tough inning in the 4th for CJ, but still, with the game tied at 2, has the opportunity to be the leader as far as keeping that momentum going, where they received in the 7th inning in Baltimore with a 6-run comeback victory in that game in Baltimore.
So Jason Nix will step up with Gardner standing at first. 10 stolen bases for Gardner. He's been caught 5 times. This one driven out to center field. Borges going back on it, still moving back, and at the wall will make the catch. Gardner tags and heads to second easily.
It's a good base running by Brett Gardner. Realizing that Borges is so good as far as going back on the baseball, knew he was going to retrieve the baseball. Goes back and tags and advances into scoring position. A lot of times you'll see a guy drift towards second thinking maybe they can score if this ball is off the wall, but the reputation of Borges being a solid defender forces Gardner back to the base and then advances, tagging up.
Jason Nix with that fly ball out, now 0 for 3. And here's Mark Teixeira. A walk into first and a ground ball to Callaspo, the 4th.
Now, I don't mind him doing a spin move here with Gardner at second. There's no doubt. Even varying your looks, because that's the base Gardner likes to steal the most, is third base. Howie close to the base.
1-0. There's a smattering of boos every time Teixeira gets introduced here. Vernon's heard a little bit of it today. This one sharply hit on one hop to Ibar. They're going to fire to third, and they get Gardner for the out. 2 outs.
Yeah, as good as a base run he has going from first to second, that was not a wise decision by Gardner going to third base, especially when the ball was hit to Ibar, who's already playing in the hole. An easy throw over to Callaspo to apply the tag. One hopper. Nice job as far as getting that throw over there to Callaspo, who applies the tag to Gardner at third base. Once he reacted right away, Gardner had to follow through, but he's going to be the second out.
Boy, Callaspo kept backing up on that play. That's one of those where you got to stand your ground. Otherwise, you get a base runner that could take that outside part of the bag. A swim move, whatever it is. This one back up the middle. Ibar to his left, goes into the slide, fires to first. Low throw, dug out by Trumbo. Nice play by Eric Ibar to retire Robinson Cano. As this inning comes to an end, we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Angels and Yankees tied at 2. Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
Look at a push bunt to the right side of the infield here for Borges.
9-1-2 for the Halos here in the fifth. Borges thought about dropping one down, takes downstairs. That's 1 ball, no strikes before this inning started. Joe Girardi and Manny Gonzalez, the home plate umpire, talking on the first base line for an extended period of time. Borges hits one in the air toward left field. Vernon Wells is back pedals and stepping on the warning track, makes the catch for the first down. Just got in on the hands enough. So Mike Trout will step up. Base is clear and 1 out. Haven't seen anything that strike zone wise that maybe Joe Girardi didn't care for.
On this last road trip, there was a lot of pitches caught on the outer half of the plate. Not as much here tonight. But certainly, Manny Gonzalez has been pretty consistent behind the plate.
Trout 1 for 2, a single in the first, and then was robbed by Adams, the second baseman, in the third. A terrific play, moving to his left. And we've seen Manny Gonzalez behind the plate now a couple of times. Does a nice job behind the plate, calls strikes regardless of who the hitter is.
Yeah, I think he's been pretty consistent every game we've seen him behind the plate.
Check swing bouncer up the line. Nix will field it. Nope, lets it go in foul territory.
Great decision to let that baseball go. There's no way he's throwing out Trout.
The Angels with a run in the first inning on 3 hits. Kendrick with the RBI double. And New York with 2 outs. Struck for 2 on 3 hits. Halos tied it up in the fourth. David Adams with the 2 RBI single. Give the Yankees a lead at that point in the fourth inning. One, 2 on the way. Down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pettit with a couple of strikeouts and no walks. 5 hits allowed. 2-2. In the air to right. Neal comes in and over to his left a little bit. 2 outs. And again, just enough in on the hands.
That's that little cutter he's got, or slider. He's done a few more sliders than I've seen in recent time for him. It's basically the pitch between the slider and the cut fastball for Pettit. Just enough where as a hitter you see that baseball out in front of the plate, then all of a sudden it cuts in on your hands. Nice job as far as differential in this pitch speed for him. 92 his best fastball, 75 for his slowest curveball.
Hamilton hits one out toward left field. Vernon Wells back a couple of steps. And a 1-2-3 inning for Andy Pettit. 5 complete here at the Big A. Still tied at 2.
started for the Halos. And a base hit. Scoring Hamilton. Then Adams, base hit, scoring 2 with the bases loaded. Got jammed, but still got that ground ball through the hole. And eventually, Chris Iannetta hit a sac fly in the 4th to tie it up at 2. It's been a very solid game on both sides so far.
Top of the 6th inning, Vernon Wells will lead things off for the Yankees. He'll be followed by Thomas Neal, then David Adams. C.J. Wilson has 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 4 hits allowed. A little bit better 5th inning for C.J., even though he gave it the leadoff single to Brett Gardner. Vernon 1 for 2. He takes outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Wells had a flare single into right field in the 4th inning. Snapping an 0 for 13 for him. Eventually came around to score. CJ had 87 pitches so far.
Only 1 strikeout so far for CJ with 3 walks. Coming into the game, 78 strikeouts and 80 2/3 innings pitched so far this season for CJ Wilson.
This one's fouled back and out of play. 2-1. Certainly a rough go, if you will, for Vernon Wells. His 2 seasons with the Angels. Injuries plagued him in both seasons. Never got it going because that pitch is down and in. 230 last year at 77 games, 218 in his first season in 2011, 131 games. Traded late in spring training. So a miss full count.
Yeah, he had some great numbers in spring training with the Angels before being traded over to the Yankees. And off to a very good start also. Well, CJ with 5 full counts so far in the game.
Vernon asking for time. Thomas Neal on deck. Payoff pitch. Wells hits one over to 3rd. And out. Halos take on the Mariners on Thursday. Remember, that's a 4-game series. Fans in attendance on Thursday will receive a C.J. Wilson bobblehead, courtesy of Chevron Extra Mile, while supplies last. To purchase your tickets, just visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
See, that follow through.
Yep.
Perfect bobblehead for C.J. Wilson. The follow through, finishing off the pitch.
He finished off that one.
Yes,
He's
he
trying
did.
to overthrow the fastball, not so much. Little recoil. Neal takes down and in.
He was going into his bobblehead mode there to be able to finish off the pitch out over the front leg and follow through. That's the key always for CJ, over the front leg.
Neal shoots one to right field, a base hit. Second time he's been on board tonight. Drew a walk in the 4th. TJ's had just 1-2-3 inning. That was in the 2nd. Faced a minimum of 3 in the 3rd inning. You'll see a double play ball. David Adams, the second baseman tonight, 1 for 2. Oh, 1 count. No 1 pitch. Takes that breaking ball down and in. Adams had the 2 RBI single in the 4th inning. Seven RBIs now on the year.
See if CJ can get another ground ball double play. Got one in the 3rd.
Breaking ball. Missed by much away. It's 2 balls and a strike now.
Like went around the plate, didn't catch the corner.
Sharply hit towards second. Diving stop by Kendrick. Feeds Ibar for 1. Relay to first in time. What a double play turn by Kendrick and Ibar. It'll get the Angels back in the dugout with this score still tied at 2.
Boy, Howie's been so good defensively of late. Perfect feed to Ibar. Quick throw over 4-6-3 double play.
Retire Cano last inning or 2 innings ago, and then Howie Kendrick with the inning-ending double play, or at least starting it. Good defense for the Halos as Pujols lakes at a strike. Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick here in the 6th inning. This one rolled foul. It's an 0-2 count. Albert 1 for 2 with a single in the 1st, a strikeout in the 3rd. One and 2 now. 2 strikeouts for Pettit. No walks.
Well, usually after that pitch away from Pettit, he'll try to throw a cut fastball inside.
This one in the air down the right field line. Long run over for Neal. This one's got a chance to be trouble. That's a fair ball. Into the stands, and Pujols will end up at second.
Yeah, Neal just drifting and drifting, trying to get close to that baseball. Almost a double right down the right field line. His 15th double of the season, 2nd hit of the game for Pujols.
Back-to-back multi-hit games for Albert.
Nice job, a little inside-out approach on a cut fastball. He tried to throw in the outside part of the plate. And Pujols got a good part of the bat on it. And one hops that into the stands for a ground rule double.
So Mark Trumbo will step up with Pujols standing at second. This one's fouled straight back. 0-1 count. Mark 1 for 2, led off the fourth inning with a base hit and eventually scored the tying run.
That was a quick walk out of the batter's box for Trumbo. He had to pitch the drive and he fouled it straight back.
Outfield straight around for the Yankees. Same goes for the infield. Nick's back at third. This one pulled through the left side, a base hit. Pujols was going back to second, and he will be waved home. Here comes the throw from Vernon Wells. Pujols at the plate, and he is out. Last minute decision by Dino Ebel, and Vernon Wells guns down Albert Pujols for the first down here in the sixth.
Boy, similar to the throw yesterday in Oakland for Vernon. Overthrew the cutoff man on the line. It was a high throw, but right on the money at the plate, just like in yesterday's game. Boy, Pujols looked like he had that good angle going in there, but a high throw and tag applied as the plate is blocked by Romine. Boy, right on the line. When the tag is applied as Pujols is out, Trumbo was able to get in the scoring position, but blocked that well, put the leg out there, did not allow any of the plate to be exposed for Pujols to go in and try to tag the plate.
Yeah, tried to dive in there, tried to dive in around the shin guard of Austin Romine. Hopefully he's all right. Never fun to get that feeling, the arm and the shoulder.
It's a fifth outfield assist this year so far for Vernon Wells.
So Trumbo picks up a base hit, his second, ends up at second base. Now they're going to walk Howie Kendrick. Howie 2 for 2 with the double, RBI, and a single.
Some great swings in this game so far for Howie, and he continues to swing the bat well against the Yankees.
So Alberto Callaspo will come up with 2 on, 1 out. Tied at 2 here in the sixth. That little hesitation right there, making sure the ball got past Nix at third.
And that's the reason why Vernon, it looked like Vernon initially was playing back on the base, but didn't anticipate Albert trying to score.
Callaspo swings the very first pitch. It's a lazy fly ball to right field for out number 2. Trumbo advances to third. So Alberto now 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. And he just can't get anything going offensively. Chased a pitcher's pitch right there, off speed, up and away.
And especially with the momentum on your side, even though it was an out at the plate, you still have some momentum going on your side. A couple hits in a row, an intentional walk. You want to force Pettit to work.
First one to Chris Iannetta is off the plate for ball 1.
We were watching Vernon. He looked as if he was just thinking about throwing the ball to second base, but then had to readjust and then make the throw to the plate. A high throw, but on the money, right on that side of the plate where it made it difficult for Pujols to have a path to the plate.
Romine going with the old school, putting the leg out.
Mike Soch will be proud of that one.
1 ball, 1 strike on Iannetta. Trumbo standing at third. Kendrick at first. Tied at 2. Fine defensive plays on both sides now tonight. It's down and in.
Well, that changeup had cut action to it.
Iannetta's 0 for 1. Had a fly ball to center in the second. Sacrifice fly in the fourth, picking up his 21st RBI. headed on his way to throwing his 80th pitch of the night. The next one. 2-1. Strike on the outside corner. Iannetta doesn't like the call. 2-2 now.
High part of the strike zone, just gets the very top of that strike zone with his fastball.
Ground ball back up the middle. There's a base hit. Trumbull will score, and the Angels are back on top. Kendrick ends up at third as Chris Iannetta picks up his second RBI.
And that's 3 good at-bats in the game for Iannetta. Couple RBIs now in the game. Sac fly last at bat, base hit up the middle here, drives in another run. They try to do a whole lot with that pitch. Pettit made a pretty good pitch down, but hit the ball back up the middle for Iannetta. Giving him now 22 RBI on the season.
8th hit of the night for the Angels. First and third again with 2 outs, and now here's Eric Ibar. Twice is grounded out, once the third, once the second. Nix is playing in at third base. Eric looks at a strike, got a fastball there. Bouncer back toward the mound. Pettit's got it. And the inning comes to an end, but not before the Angels retake the lead. They get a run on 3 hits, leave a couple of men on through 6. The Halos on top 3-2. And by Kia. Visit your Southern California Kia retailers or mysocalkia.com. Top of the 7th, a beautiful shot high above the big A. 3-2 Angels here in the 7th inning. 8-9-1 due up for the Yankees. T.J. Wilson faced the minimum 3 in the 6th inning, courtesy of a fantastic defensive play by Howie Kendrick and Eric Ibar on the inning-ending double play. Reed Brignac, Austin Romine, and Brett Gardner.
Well, getting back to that play for Vernon to throw, it seemed as if Dino was reading what Vernon was going to do. He thought the way Vernon had set up that he was going to throw to second. He was going to try to sneak that run across, but then Vernon Wells made the adjustment on the throw.
One ball, one strike on Brignac. 0 for 1 today. He's reached on an error and walked. Brignac at the last minute called time. stepped out. CJ stopped. I don't think it was granted. Garrett Richards
Sometimes
getting ready
just
to
follow through.
A rocket into the seats. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
CJ with over 100 pitches now, 101 pitches thrown. In here, the 7th inning.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. There's out number 1.
And now it's time for our Carl's Jr. Sports Update around Major League Baseball. It has to turn around for someone in New York, and it did with Edwin Jackson beat Sean Markham. Now 3-8 in the season. Sean Markham now 0-8. The unsung hero in O-Town. Josh Donaldson's having a great season for Oakland. So many players putting up some numbers, but Donaldson at .310 with 9 home runs and 42 RBIs.
Bouncer foul just wide of the bag at first. Possible all-star, Josh Donaldson.
He's a guy that's bounced around. He's a catcher at one point, barely hanging around the major league level. He's had some big at-bats for Oakland. Swept the Yankees.
Yep, originally in the Cubs system. No 1 pitch, and Romine fouls it back. 0-2 now. Mike Trout would more than likely make the All-Star team as a starter.
Tell you what, Howie Kendrick deserves some serious consideration. Angel fans better get out there and start voting for Howie, the numbers he's putting up.
Yep, 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
A couple more hits in the game today, an RBI double.
Austin Romine is 0 for 2. Double play ball and a fielder's choice. That last name sounds familiar. It should. That's Andrew Romine's brother. Makes his home in Lake Forest.
Good receiver behind the plate for the Yankees.
Just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin, 24 years of age. Has some time in the big leagues briefly with the Yankees a couple of years ago. 2nd round pick in 07. Fouled off to the right. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for CJ. He's got 3 on the night. 2 outs here in the 7th.
Boy, great follow through the last couple batters for CJ. Good life on the fastball, even though he's over 100 pitches thrown. Back-to-back punch outs at 92. Great location. Great follow through for CJ. Stays on top. Delivers that baseball to the outer half and gets his 3rd strikeout of the game.
So at 2 outs, bases clear. Brett Gardner steps in. Swings the first one, fouls it back. Right into the Angels radio booth. Terry Smith and Mark Langston both underneath the table.
Hey, Mark Langston has some gold gloves over there. He's going to help out Terry Smith.
Langer's busy on radio right now. He's talking. He didn't have time. He's too nervous. This one lifted down the right field line and hooking into the seats. 0-2 count. Scott Downs has joined Garrett Richards now. ...111 pitches thrown by C.J. Wilson. 0-2 count on Gardner, trying to get through this 7th inning with the Angels up 3-2. Halos will have 9-1-2 coming up in the bottom of the 7th. Breaking balls in the dirt. 1-2 now. Gardner 1 for 3. Had a base hit in the 5th inning.
CJ, such a perfectionist on the mound. Even though 0-2, he overthrew that breakable. That's not a mistake. You're giving a hitter a different look down in a way. So now you have options to go back in or a fastball away.
Swing and a foul tip. Nope, it's not a foul tip. It's a swing and a miss. Brett Gardner arguing that he made contact with that ball. And C.J. Wilson has struck out the side. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. 3-2 Angels. Trout and Josh Hamilton, 113 pitches for CJ. And probably, had he not had that hiccup in the 4th inning with 2 outs, would still be in this game.
I really like what I saw last couple innings out of CJ, finishing off his pitches, the confidence he created as the game progressed.
Andy Pettit still in the ball game, 84 pitches for him. Borges is 0 for 2. Takes outside, even accounted 1-1.
Still a good idea for Borges to think in those terms, forced to share at the field the baseball. Manny Pettit, who's fallen towards third base, more difficult to be able to cover the base.
This one's skied. It's behind second base. Nobody's communicating, and it falls in there. Brainiac and Adams.
Right off the get-go, they were confused.
Just looking at each other, and we mentioned that this Yankee team has committed just 25 errors this year. But that ball is easily the second baseman's ball, especially considering where it landed. Brainiac must have said something must have happened where somebody felt like they got called off.
Well, you don't see that too often where both middle infielders, that baseball was hit high by Borges. An easy play, routine play does not turn out that way, though. Borges gets a base hit.
Yeah, he does. He's on board, and Pettit will check in on him.
That's that move he has.
Well, you don't see that too often, especially where that ball was at.
I mean, that's an
near the
easy
outfield
play
grass,
by the second baseman.
I could see where 2 guys are converging in on the infield grass or something like that, or going out with an outfielder, but.
And Adams has made some great plays in this game so far.
First one to Trout. Caught the corner. Mike 1 for 3, had a base hit back in the 1st inning.
And anytime you're facing a pitcher like Andy Pettit, you hope to get some of these breaks. Hopefully the Angels will take advantage of it now. Check in of Borges once again. There's certain counts the Angels will try to steal against Andy Pettit. He goes into patterns where he'll throw a certain pitch in a certain count. And there's a readout out there. They have that printed out on the bench for Mike Socha. So they know those certain counts. Andy Pettit will throw a breaking ball, will not throw over the first base back-to-back times. There's certain times you can try to steal against him.
Tied him up. That's an 0-2 count.
Every pitcher, regardless of how good you are, will always have a tendency to go into certain patterns, and that's what you look for as a hitter or as a base stealer against them.
Oh, 2. Missed inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It's 89 pitches thrown for Pettit so far in this game.
Josh Hamilton on deck. And he swings through the fastball. 1 out. 3rd strikeout of the night for Andy Pettit. Just challenged him.
Just enough cut action on the fastball to run it off the inside corner, getting a swing and a miss. Trout tried to tuck his hands in, but is unable to make contact. .371 career strikeouts for Pettit.
First one to Hamilton. A swing and a miss. 0-1. Kevin Jepson now is up. Borges over at first. 0-2. Hamilton 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of fly ball outs and a fielder's choice. Reached in that first inning on that fielder's choice and scored the first run.
Eight times in this game, Pettit has thrown a pitch to Josh Hamilton and been very aggressive in there in his 4 at-bats against him.
Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 outs. Pettit, especially just at 93 pitches, plenty left in the tank. Good pitch, good location.
Amazing. Just a couple years ago, he was basically retired.
Yeah.
Still great life on his pitches. Been consistently around 88, 89. He's top 1 out at 92 today in the game.
Took off 2011. Last year just made 12 starts for the Yankees. Was on a disabled list from late June till mid-September with a fractured left ankle. Casey Kochman got him. And once again, still getting the job done at 41. Pujols is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Borges still over at first base. 0-1.
And you're going to allow Albert Pujols to swing here if you're Peter Borges and the Angels. But if you look at patterns, you haven't seen Andy Pettit throw over twice in a row. So those are the patterns you look for as a base runner, trying to get that extra step against Pettit.
This one looped down to left field. So back-to-back 3-hit games now for Albert. And it keeps the inning alive for Mark Trumbo with 2 on and 2 outs.
And Trumbo's had a couple good at-bats in a row against Pettit, a couple hits.
Angels on top, 3-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Borges reached on that infield base hit. Drop pop-up miscommunication between Adams and Brignac. But Trout and Hamilton both struck out. Pujols striking for a single. 1 ball, no strikes.
That looked like a pretty good pitch.
I was just going to say it's a pretty good miss. Just from a hitter standpoint, I mean, that's a pitch that will freeze you almost every time.
Well located by Pettit. Trumbo gets the call there.
Yankees do not move their outfielders a whole lot. Everyone played straight up. Normal depth. Borges at second. Pujols, the trail runner, over at first base. There's the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Trumbo tracking that pitch. You saw a couple of those in the first inning. That's when he struck out. 2 singles since then. 2 runs scored. On the way. This one pulled through the left side, a base hit. Borges is going to be waved around. This time Vernon Wells could just put it in his pocket. Not going to get Borges. 4-2 Angels. Mark Trumbo with a 3-hit game himself.
Boy, what a middle part of the order in this game for the Angels. 6 hits for your number 3 and number 4 hitter as Borges comes around and scores, even though he had that pop-up in the infield that fell in. 3 well-hit baseballs in a row for Trumbo. Produces a big run here late in the game for the Halos, taking a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, as we were talking about in the pregame show and also when we opened tonight's broadcast, taking advantage of those opportunities the Angels did in the 7th inning against the Orioles. Ended up scoring a lot of runs, coming back and winning that game. A big miscommunication to open up this inning, and the Angels take advantage of it so far. So looking for more as Kendrick swings and misses for strike 1.
Yeah, remember that inning really got helped out by Pedro Strop not fielding that comebacker by Hank Conger off his glove. What it looked like it was going to be a routine double play instead of base hit, and produced 6 runs that inning. Borges pops that one up. No communication in the infield between Brignac and Adams. Falls in, and he ends up scoring a run.
Pujols at second, Trumbo at first. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Howie tonight has been on board 3 times. RBI double in the first, a single in the 4th. Intentionally walked in the 6th. 8 for 10 tonight in the middle part of the order for the Angels. Little bouncer over the mound. Brignac comes charging in, fields it cleanly, off balance throw, and they get Kendrick by a step to end the inning. But the Angels do push across the run on 3 hits, leave a couple of men on. 7 complete. It's a 4-2 Angels lead. And by El Pollo Loco, crazy you can taste. Aerial coverage for tonight's game is being provided by Goodyear. Everything we've learned making tires that go the distance inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Top of the 8th here at the Big A. 4-2 Angels on top. Mike Scioscia's gone to the bullpen. C.J. Wilson is done after 7 innings tonight. 2 runs, both earned, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks for C.J. Our in and out, who is in, who is out. Kevin Jepson takes over here in the 8th inning, and he'll be facing Nix, Teixeira, and Cano, the scheduled 3 batters for Joe Girardi.
And Kevin Jepson's been throwing the ball extremely well of late since coming back from the disabled list. Reason why his command of his fastball has been good. His slider's been devastating, as has his cut fastball. Great job by C.J. Wilson tonight.
Yeah, the only real hiccup, the 2-out rally. It kind of blew up on him in that 4th inning, but limited it to just 2 runs. Now it's Jepson to get 2, 3, and 4 here in the 8th. Jason Nix, the third baseman, 0 for 3, a couple of fly ball outs and a ground out. Yaspo playing in at third. The first one is in for a strike. Jepson pitched Wednesday, went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 run. It was an unearned run. This one hit sharply towards short, knocked down by Ibar. Got no play. An infield base hit by Nix.
Well, that might have ended up being one of the best plays you'll see all year if he was able to come up with that baseball. That ball was scolded once again into the outfield grass, showing great range for Ibar. Full extension, dives. All this gets out of the glove. Nix runs well. It was going to be a difficult play anyhow. See why Eric Ibar won a Gold Glove a couple of years ago.
Mark Teixeira is 0 for 2 tonight. First one's in for a strike. First time tonight Teixeira's batted from the left side. 3 for 33 to start the year. 2 of his 3 home runs have come from this side of the plate. 8 of his 12 RBIs as well. Decent speed for Nix over at first base. He's got himself a pretty good lead. 1-1.
Yeah, 9 stolen bases in 9 attempts for Nix this year.
Jepson ahead of the count now at 1-2. 2 runs, 6 hits, 5 left on for New York. 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 7 left on for the Angels. Robinson, Cano on deck. Vernon Wells in the hole. Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count now.
Very important batter here for Kevin Jepson. Robinson Cano, such a threat on deck for the Yankees.
3-2, and he walked him. Oh, an infield base hit and a walk. The tying run is on board. And here comes Robinson Cano. Chris Inett is out to talk things over. We'll check out our AT&T Twitter poll question of the series. All-time best Yankees nickname, the Babe. Currently leading everybody. It's 73%. Makes sense.
Some pretty good ones through the years for the Yankees.
Robinson Cano tonight 1 for 3, a single with a run scored in the fourth. Scrambling going on in the Angels bullpen. Jepson's thrown 8 pitches, 4 strikes, 4 balls.
Cano has grounded into 10 double plays.
First one is off the plate for ball 1. Garrett Richards has been up a couple of times tonight, so it shouldn't take him very long. Scott Downs was already playing catch as well. And Jepson can't find the strike zone.
So Mike Butcher's going to go out to talk to Jepson now. Just try to slow the game down. Every once in a while when you're on the mound, a pitching coach can say something that can just get you right back into your rhythm. Sometimes we'll talk about your front shoulder getting too quick and opening up to your landing on your heel instead of your toe. Well, plenty things that a pitching coach can get you right on the mound.
Two on, nobody out. 2-0 pitch. Cano takes low. 3 balls and no strikes. Vernon Wells on deck. Three and one. Cano, one of those guys with that nonchalant approach, quiet hands at the plate. He can lull you to sleep just when you think he might be taking. Quick hands.
Quick hands. You just hope he hits that quick ground ball right to Howie for a 4-6-3 double play.
3-1, popped him up. Going out into shallow left as Eric Ibar gives way to Mike Trout. 1 out. Big, big out for Kevin Jepson.
Well, huge when you think about it, behind 3-0 to Cano. Boy, a 3-1 fastball. Boy, the heart of the plate just underneath it. You can see that reaction, upset. He felt he had a pitch to do some damage. He could either turn on that or hit that ball well to left center field. Instead, pops it up. Now you refocus. If you're Kevin Jepson, you got a big out there, but you got a tough batter here in Vernon Wells now.
Vernon 1 for 3 today. A bloop single down the right field line in the 4th inning and also scored a run. He's hit a fly to left and grounded to third. First one. Breaking pitch on the corner for a strike. The 1 pitch, down and away. Just can't find that right release point with a fastball. It looked good early on against Knicks, but in that at bat against Teixeira, which resulted in a walk, just all of a sudden lost command.
Yeah, he's trying to really force his cut fastball. When you throw a cut fastball, it's just that last minute you turn your wrist as you're releasing the baseball, thinking fastball, and then turn the wrist to create cut action.
Nick standing at second base, Teixeira at first. 1 out here in the 8th, 4-2 Angels. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Three and one now. Ichiro Suzuki has come out to the on-deck circle.
that point, you might see Scott Downs come in the game.
Three and one count with one out. This will be the 18th pitch of the inning for Jepson. Got Vernon to kind of expand a little bit.
Yeah, that might have been ball 4. Talk about taking advantage of breaks. See if Kevin Jepson can take advantage of that swing by Vernon Wells, swinging at something out of the strike zone.
Jepson's ready, glance back to Nix, and a little spin move. Now Vernon backing down. He's got something in his eyes.
Where Vernon seems to do that, he's trying to look at location where INET is set up. Setting up away, setting up in.
Here's a payoff pitch. Breaking pitch, foul back. Nineteen pitches thrown by Jepson, 10 balls, 9 strikes. Got the infield base hit the Knicks. Teixeira will walk. By Cano to fly out the left field. Another 3-2. Lifted in the air. Should be playable for Josh Hamilton or Howie Kendrick. Josh Hamilton comes charging in, makes the catch. Knicks thought about tagging, stays at second, 2 outs.
Real good play, great coverage. And Josh Hamilton coming in and catching that pop-up from Vernon Wells. Boy, Josh, as you could see by that angle, had to go a long, long way to make this play. Runs it down and gets the baseball in quickly, not allowing the base runners to advance and both get into scoring position.
So Ichiro Suzuki will come up. He'll be pinch hitting for Thomas Neal. No movement from Mike Scioscia, so it's Kevin Jepson still out there with 2 outs and 2 on. Ichiro hitting .264 this year. 2 home runs, 11 runs batted in. 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. Here's the first one, down low. Trout shallow and left, as is Borges in center field. Hamilton in a couple of steps and right. Yankees had Jabba Chamberlain, Chris Buchek getting ready in the bullpen. This one lifted in the air, down the line. Long run over for Mike Trout, and the inning comes to an end. Kevin Jepson works his way out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels still up 4-2.
4-5, and Howie Kendrick in particular. And here's our Coors Light freeze cam, able to stay back, let the baseball travel, quiet through the approach. Howie getting that baseball out in front, one of his 2 base hits in the game, able to go the other way. Once again, Howie Kendrick continues to swing the bat exceptionally well this season and against the New York Yankees throughout his career. Freeze cam was brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light. What a job, 3, 4, and 5. 8 hits in the game for that part of the order for the Angels.
Take a look at the former Halo himself. Chris Buchek takes over on the mound for Andy Pettit. Pettit's a 9-7 innings, gave up 4 runs. Angels with 11 hits. Buchek, first game in the big leagues since 2009. A former first-round pick of the Angels way back in the day. That was back in the 2000 draft. 20th overall selection. And he's got a new right fielder. Ichiro stays in the ballgame and will play right.
Buchek, good fastball still. Gets it up there in the low 90s, 91 to 95 range. Slider, cut fastball, an occasional changeup.
First one to Alberto Callaspo is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Callaspo, Iannetta, and Ibar here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Angels. Alberto is 0 for 2. Did have a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Count ended up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Callaspo in the hole here at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buchek last in the big leagues with Pittsburgh, 13 games in 09. All in relief. It's upstairs. 2-2 now. Called up before the game today.
A lot of pitchers used in that game yesterday in Oakland for the Yankees.
That's in tight. Full count. He's thrown the ball well down at Scranton Wilkes Barre. 11 starts, 5-2 record, a 3.32 ERA. 50 strikeouts and 62 1/3. Spent all of last year at AAA Toledo, the Tiger system. This one's fouled back. And the year prior to that, in 2011, was with the Tampa Bay Rays, pitching at AAA. Pitched in Japan in 2010. Now back in the big leagues. 3-2 pulled down the line. That is just foul.
Always look for that extra insurance run or 2 late in the game. Callaspo working the count well here. Just missed the double down the line. 3-2. Has to find a way to get on base here.
And he walked him. Leadoff man is on board. Alberto picks up that walk. Mentioned this is a 3-game series. Tomorrow a 4 o'clock start. That's on Big Fox. Phelps and Hansen, a couple of right-handers. And you've got a couple of aces going on Sunday afternoon.
It's a perfect day to Father's Day. Great matchup. Sabathia versus Weaver.
Here's Chris Iannetta. Callaspo takes off. The hit and run is on. This one fouled back.
Boy, Callaspo had a big jump.
You don't say that too often.
No, but he certainly did on that one.
Yes, he did. Iannetta 1 for 2. RBI single in the 6th inning. Had a sacrifice fly in the 4th. breaking ball caught the corner. 0-2 count. Eric Ibar on deck. Yankees in the ninth inning will have the bottom third of their order coming up. Oh, it missed in. Adams, Brignac, and Romine. Although Hafner and Overbay available off the bench. Two lefty bats. Ernesto Frieri getting ready.
And there's no doubt you'll see one or both of those in the top of the ninth.
1-2 on the way. Downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Boy, a lot of cut fastballs for Buchek. Had the pitch before, indoor front part of the plate, cut fastball in on Iannetta.
Missed in and a full count.
Well, how often do we say that with Chris Iannetta at the plate? 0-2. Next thing you know, you look up, it's 3-2. Don't be surprised if you see Callaspo going here.
Takes off. 3-2 lifted in the air down the line. Ichiro moving over into foul territory, and he runs out of room.
Reason why Mike Scioscia feels comfortable doing that with Callaspo. He knows that Iannetta knows the strike zone well. If it's out of the strike zone, he'll take it, be a walk, be first and second with no outs. Trust that if it's a strike, that Iannetta will make contact.
Callaspo takes off again. Little check swing roller into right field. How about that? Excuse me, base hit for Chris Iannetta. Second base was vacated as Adams was covering.
See, that's why you send Callaspo. And a big smile from Chris Iannetta. That's exactly why he drew that one up and hit a rocket into the right field. Fastball in. Looks up, says, I got a base hit.
He'll get off me swing.
We talked about taking advantage of the little things, and that certainly is right there.
It's not an easy play for Teixeira either. Any first base, he kind of froze. He wasn't sure, figuring that Adams would be there. Now the infield has to come in for the Yankees, with nobody on runners at the corners. Eric Ibar's 0 for 3 with 3 ground ball outs. 0-1 count. The Yankees team that came in to tonight's ball game, 4th in the American League, and staff ERA at 3.63. Starters at 3.83, relievers at 3.23. Bullpen's been solid for Joe Girardi. Oh, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pettit 7 innings, 11 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 runs, 4 earned runs. One pitch. Iannetta takes off. That's yanked foul. 1-2 now. Nobody's covering at second base, so Chris was going to take advantage of it. Heads back to first now. Figure he takes off again. They're going to give it to you.
And the only thing you worry about is a line drive at a position player, but you can't think in those terms anyhow.
A running start, and it's a 1-2 as a check swing. He went around. Iannetta had a huge running start. Easily gets to second.
Also picks up his first stolen base of the year. Well, even if Buchek steps off, there's really nowhere to throw the ball anyhow. Right. So it's a wise decision by Buchek in following through on his delivery.
And not get rattled or bothered by it.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see somebody step off or break their hands at that point, and you commit a balk.
So second and third, one out. Here's Borges, 1 for 3. Credited with a base hit in the 7th inning when that pop-up dropped on the infield dirt. Bouncer over the mound. Callas was coming home to throw to the plate. Is in time. Quick tag by Romine. Adams got rid of it quickly. 2 outs.
Boy, it looked like Callaspo had that outer part of the plate all set up to be able to get in and score. That's a nice play by Adams. Not only to be able to field that on that short hop. Boy, it looked like his foot got in there. I thought from this angle it did get in there.
And the ball was moving around in the glove, too.
Romine did a nice job as far as catching that low throw. It sure looked like his foot got in there.
I wonder if that lead foot is in the air. Yep. So you get that bang play with that back foot.
He had that part of that plate all set up for him too. That was a great play by Adams to be able to, on that short hop, and still follow through with his throw.
Trout lines with a center field, picks up a base hit and an RBI, 5-2 Angels. 2-hit game for Trout, picks up his 43rd run batted in.
Could have had a 3-hit performance himself tonight if it wasn't for Adams. Made a nice play on him in the 3rd. It's a pretty good pitch too by Buchek, but there's that compact swing he has and hits it right back up the middle, produces another run.
13th hit of the night for the Angels. With runners at first and second,
and some serious speed on the bases.
Yep, that would be a couple of jackrabbits on the bases.
Yes.
Josh Hamilton up 0 for 4 today. One ball, no strikes. Halos tonight 5 for 13 with men in scoring position. Solo runs throughout this ball game. First, 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th innings. 1-1. One pitch. Hamilton breaks his bat
in a lot of pieces.
That's getting it off the end of the bat right there.
Yes. Trying to be quick and out in front. Cut fastball. And that bat just explodes on that cut fastball.
One, two. Bounced it foul.
Garrett Richards back up just in case another run scored no longer is a save situation. That's when you'll probably see Richards in the game if Hamilton can get a base hit here.
Down at the dirt. Blocked by Romine. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 run in here in the 8th inning. 5-2 Angels. Nestor Friera getting ready, as is Garrett Richards. David Adams, Reed Brignac, Austin Romine. 7, 8, and 9 for the Yankees in the 9th inning. This Arnett has had a nice game. A couple of hits, 2 runs batted in. Mark Trumbo, Albert Pujols with 3 hit games. Trout with a couple of hits and an RBI. 2-2 on the way. Bounce and foul.
Tonight, Anna did a nice job working with C.J. Wilson tonight.
Haven't seen that too often this year anyway. It's usually been Hank Conger that's been catching the C.J. Wilson starts. Full count. Borges and Trout will be off of the pitch once again. 2 outs here. Full count. It's Chris Buchek. 28 pitches for him tonight.
Boy, base hit in the outfield. It's got a real good chance now with 3-2 count here to score both Borges and Trout.
Runners go, and he walked up. They're loaded up now for Albert. Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, out to pay a visit. Second walk issued by Buchek in this inning. Callaspo worked the leadoff walk in the 8th, or earlier in this inning. 29 pitches thrown by the right-hander. Hey, swing for the fences with the new Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com. Available on iPhone and iPad. Download free today.
Free?
It's free. But you know the old saying, if it's free, it's for me, and I'll take 3.
Right with you.
Home Run Derby, huh? So can you go on the iPad and play Home Run Derby and pretend you're Robinson Cano and not select Billy Butler once again as a member of the Home Run Derby team?
As he says, he will not.
Exactly. Borges at third, Trout at second, Hamilton at first. Pujols at the plate, 3 for 4 tonight. A couple of singles and a double. Pops this one up. Shallow left field. Reed Brignac steps onto the outfield grass, now comes in, puts it away. And the Angels' 8th inning has come to an end. The Angels do tack on a run. Ernesto Frieri coming on in the 9th with the Angels leading it 5-2. Trying to close this one out for Mike Scioscia and the Halos. Looking for their 2nd straight win. Have not had back-to-back wins since that last homestand that started off with back-to-back wins against the Los Angeles Dodgers.
talked about momentum coming into this game. The key was C.J. Wilson leading the way, and now it's an opportunity for Ernesto Frieri to continue that momentum and finish this one off here and get that second win in a row.
Stick around after the last down. Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Michael Leaves and Jose Mota will break it all down after the ball game. Before we get to that point, you had 3 outs to get for the Angels. Adams, Brignac, and Romine, the scheduled 3 batters. Ernesto Frieri so far this year, 0-1 mark, pitching in his 27th game, and even 3 ERA, 14 saves on the year, 37 punch outs and 27 innings of work. But also has issued 18 walks. David Adams, the second baseman, lead things off. He is 1 for 3, a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning. A couple of very fine defensive plays and one not so good play on that dropped pop-up on the infield, which led to a run. That was in the 7th. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, 1 strike. Frieri pitched on Wednesday, non-save situation there, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Looked much better with his command. 1-2.
That's a perfect delivery for Ernesto. Great balance over the pitching rubber. Maintains his deception, hiding the baseball behind his back.
One, 2 on the way. 2-2 now.
Well, if the Angels can hold on to this lead and win this game here, with Ernesto trying to get his 15th save, you got to look back to that at bat by Robinson Cano against Kevin Jepson. Fell behind 3-0, then went 3-1, and then popped it up. It was a big at bat getting Cano out, especially when they had momentum going with 1st and 2nd.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Adams. There's out number 1. Just blew it right by him. Brings up Brignac.
Well, that deception, hiding the baseball, back hit, but then boom, outside corner, 94. Good 4-seam fastball. Great location from Ernesto. It's almost like you're reading this up. He says it's hard to see, pick up.
This one lifted in the air to left. Mike Trout moving over. 2 outs. Travis Hafner will pinch hit here for Austin Romine. After this year, 52 games for the Yankees, a .220 average, 10 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He and Vernon Wells tied for 2nd in that home run category. Robinson Cano has 16. First one's cut on and missed.
That fastball, 95 from Ernesto.
Halos over shift with 3 infielders on the right side against Hafner. The 1 pitch. Just misses off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're trying to close it out for CJ. His 5th win on the year, even up his record at 5-5. Pettit would take the loss. He dropped to 5-4. Off speed, pulled foul. 1-2 now.
And if we'll go upstairs with a fastball, we'll be able to finish him off here.
40,621 in the house tonight. Big Bang Friday. 13 hits for the Angels tonight. Here's the 1-2. Got him! Down goes Hafner. Light that baby up as the Angels take the first one of the homestand and the first against the Yankees. 5-2 the final.
Boy, just an outstanding job for Ernesto. Save number 15. CJ with the victory, his 5th win of the year.
Although no home runs were hit in this game, the home run challenge continues through Father's Day. Make your pledge at homerunchallenge.org. CJ Wilson picks up his 5th win of the year. Nestor Frieri notches his 15th save. And you probably could have gotten more if you wanted to from